merchants loudly hawking wares, and some of the prices on the signs I saw would make the Emperor blush. In that atmosphere, we ate together at the public house that defied my expectations. The food was both plentiful and far better than anything I had ever had in either of my houses. If this sounds indulgent, it absolutely is, and I definitely don't plan on telling anyone the details like this. The only thing I plan to repeat from this evening is what the magistrate confided in me, that when he was moved from his position, he'd like to recommend me to fill his place. I'd be young for the position, but it would be a great stepping stone to the one I'm dreaming of. I remained calm since I'm good at that, but it's the best news I've heard in all my life. Okay, what have you got to say about this? How does it sound? Yes, it does sound like an interesting place. I wish there was a picture or an image or anything, like a video. Maybe they didn't have video back. I don't know. But it would have been really nice to know what it looked like, other than just. Well, I'm babbling now, so I forgive you for babbling earlier. Okay. The new magistrate. Dearest Mother, if you haven't already heard the good news, my husband's been appointed by the Emperor to the position of magistrate. He's taken over the office from Magistrate Park starting today, which is just tremendous for a man his age. I have no doubt that he was perfectly humble when he got this news, since he certainly has been while talking about it in front of his father-in-law. In private, though, it's another story. Earlier, the family held a small feast to celebrate the news, and he had the same attitude then, too. But afterwards, when everyone else had left or gone to bed, we stayed up sitting together drinking wine, and it was a whole lot more somber. He wasn't modest, but he wasn't boastful either. He was just outright insecure. He might not say it in front of you, but you know what? He said it to me as I poured him more wine. He takes all the credit for my promotion, according to him. It's all because of the Emperor's perfect new bride, which of course, all because of him. I said quietly, I don't want to take credit for her. I wasn't the one who got her to shut up. That was all him. I don't like discussing it. Please, Mother, don't ever ask me why. Doesn't matter, he said. That's not why I got promoted. I got promoted because High Magistrate Park and I managed to make Smith look so bad he had to get shuffled off. It's exposing the whoring and thuggery that did it, not the damned pale bride, he said with annoyance. Well, that's how he is. You know, he'll never give you credit for anything, I said. He replied. I know, I just wish he'd acknowledge it. I just don't know how he can be so stupid as to not be proud of me, you know. I know, I said. Well, let's not focus on that right now. I think we should focus on the good right now. How about we toast to your success instead? Here's to the new Magistrate Kim. I raised my glass and drank. He betrayed the faintest of smiles, but he didn't share my toast, and instead put down his glass. For a moment, I was worried, but then he used that hand to grab my chin instead, and for the first time ever, kissed me on the mouth. Far sweeter than any wine, he said to me. I wasn't sure if he meant the kiss or the success, but I agreed either way. What have you got to tell me about this? Okay, the Pale Bride. I might actually have to read something about that. Okay, so I've already read this, and I think that's the end of this page. Or at least everything in this block. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the block index, go back to block 4. I guess it's not here. Block 10. Marital abominations. To the woman who will marry my husband, please, but please, do not think that all of this is meant to say you will be unloved. You may be a second wife, but you are still the daughter of a noble house, and that is a precious gift to the Ryu family. My husband has faith that you will bring him a son, and this means all the world to him. Nor am I jealous, for you will relieve a heavy burden on our house, and for that I am grateful. As proof of his affection for you, let me share with you one secret, which I have been permitted to tell you only you, in honor of you, my husband. In his capacity as a captain and emperor, he has permanently changed his admin password to your birth name. Huh. My new sister, you will be brought to the Ryu family, not as a mere lowly woman, but as a symbol of power in the inner chambers. You will not only represent the continuation of the Ryu bloodline, but providing him a son. But your very name will represent the power of the captain's computer. Huh. Understand this, Pale Bride. Your duty may be great, but you will be loved. Hold on a second. They don't mention the Pale Bride's true name in here. Fine. Let's see what you have to say. This will probably be important. Hey. Oh, you're welcome. It'd be a shame if you were forgotten. As I said, I can understand. No, I don't. I don't read so quickly. It would probably take me a long time to read all those logs. least you got me now. Oh, that must have been horrible. Although, how can someone not have a single thought? I mean, minds wander, don't they? I think the correct word is bored. You were not motivated, there was nothing going on. I think that's how you would translate it. Yes, lazy mood. I'm glad I'm appreciated. Now, they mention her as Pale Bride. The husband... no, I didn't. Hyun-ae. Okay. I don't know. I mean, the Pale Bride seems to be... I think if I go with waer, I think I'll learn... I won't end up learning much about her. I want to learn as much as I can from this game, and I think if I just pick the Pale Bride, I'll learn about that information anyway. I'll go with waer. Let's go ahead. Hold on, before I get into this, I want to go back to the home. Use the override terminal. Okay. I'm gonna try something. Okay. So I can type in Su and try that would work. Oh well. Let's go back to the access logs. Go back to block 10. Confidence. Let's see. When my husband asked what I thought of the idea of him taking a new wife, I presented him with the weakest of smiles, but said that I thought it was a good idea, if he thought so. That I would be happy if a younger woman were to relieve me of the pressure of bringing him a son. I have no doubt that this is the answer he wanted me to give, with a convincing enough expression to go along with it. If there was one thing that I'm confident in, it is my ability to read exactly what my husband wants to hear. Having heard that the girl he is considering is only 13 years of age, however, it is certain that I have no confidence in any other thing. He'll take her in a few years, right when she's reached marriage age. She will be at the peak of her beauty and won't have matured too much. Doubtless, unlike me, she will have no problem delivering the son he needs. Perhaps jealousy is unbecoming of me, but it is pragmatic too. When we were young, his affections for me were so strong, But now that we are both old, how could I possibly compete with the young bride? Okay. I feel like I should read these now. Oh yeah, she wasn't gonna give us anything on these. Yeah, sorry. Sorry guys. Forgot this stuff isn't that important. So what else do I need to read about? Log 10. What if I go back to this? Hand it to her again. Go through this. Select the pale bride. Okay. Here's some more information. Okay. She said this is going to be a lot. I take it's going to be in a different block entirely. Yep, block 5. Hold on. I just thought of something. I want to try something. I'm going to disable AI Hyun-ae. Oh, okay. Okay. So apparently she is not in here. Okay. You can't blame me for trying. Hyun-ae, come back. I would like for you to be activated again. I hope you don't yell at me for Okay. Thank goodness. I feel like there should be a dialogue option of her just being mad at you for disabling her. Oh well. Can't blame me for trying. Okay, let me rub my eyes a bit. They're getting kind of dry. I need to... Okay. The second month of the 319th year was one of great fortune for the Kim family. While on official business, the captain and the emperor, Ryu, confided in me that he wished that I had a daughter of marriage age to give him, to take as a second wife. His first wife had been unable to provide a son, and was becoming increasingly concerned that she never would. At the start of the month, I had no daughter in my family to give. My only son, Yong-suk, was still without child. Yet, it was a perfect opportunity. This may sound fantastical, but I swear it is true. Passed on through the generations of the main branch of the Kim family is a giant egg of translucent luster, such that one can see the form of a sleeping child inside. She is known as the Pale Bride, the inscription on the egg, and she was once entrusted in our family to be awakened during the time of great prosperity. Yet, as any man knows, prosperity is seized, not waited on. A daughter to provide the emperor with a son would elevate the family above the other noble house once and for all. Considering this, I promised the emperor that I did have a daughter who would soon be of marriage age to present him. Then I smashed the egg, such that the Pale Bride passed through the Kim family for years, could be adopted as my own daughter. It was a strange child, but will make for a fine wife for the emperor. What good fortune this means. I mainly want to read this information because I want to get one of those passwords. Okay. The Pale Bride. Dear Diary, last week I woke up from cryostasis. Before I went in, Father promised me that when I woke up in the future, they'd have medicine again. That I'd finally get better. That I might not see him again. But his descendants would make everything right. But the future broke his promise. I'm scared and confused, and I don't get what happened. I think there was a big disaster while I was in stasis or something. Everyone's so uneducated and stupid. Father and mother were kind of dumb at times, but the guy who woke me up, he might be named Kim, but he's nothing like them. Father was wrong. Nothing's better. The future sucks. And on that wonderful note, I'm going to end it off here. So I will see you guys some other time. This has been MK.